Welcome to Ryan Place neighborhood. Located approximately 3 miles from the Fort Worth Central Business District, Ryan Place is the oldest intact residential neighborhood in Fort Worth and Fort Worth's only residential historic district. The neighborhood began in 1911 by developer John C. Ryan. Mr. Ryan envisioned a neighborhood with scale and distinction. He established quality controls for the area that was always referred to as elite and exclusive. Wiley G. Clarkson was the architect of some of the finest homes built in Ryan Place. He, like John Ryan, was also a resident of the neighborhood. George E. Kessler was the landscape designer of Ryan Place. Some of his famous works included St. Louis World's Fair, Dallas Fair Park, Dallas Highland Park, and Camp Bowie Boulevard. Ryan Place was home to some of Fort Worth's most prominent families. Some of their occupations included a mayor, a general, bankers, doctors, attorneys, cattlemen, and oilmen. By 1926, stately Ryan Place was at the height of its glory. During the Great Depression, buildings stopped and many of the mansions were left empty and deteriorating. Construction did not regain momentum until after World War II. In 1969, the Ryan Place Improvement Association was started, and in 1979, Elizabeth Boulevard, named after Mr. Ryan's wife, was entered into the National Register of Historic Places. Today, Ryan Place is a beautiful neighborhood filled with homes that are examples of a bygone era of exquisite style and craftsmanship. Troy Cattle Trail was marked in 1867. The trail went northward to connect with the Chisholm Trail at Wichita, Kansas. The trail went through Fort Worth for 3 years and came through the Ryan Place addition. In 1911, the first airplanes came to Fort Worth. On Tuesday, October 17, 1911, the Vin Fitz Flyer landed in Ryan's pasture. The flight started in New York and was the first transcontinental flight in history. A crowd of about 10,000 spectators awaited the arrival of the plane, and Amon Carter greeted the pilot, Mr. Rogers. During the 1910s and 1920s, children rode mules to the First Ward School, now Daggett Elementary School. The principal of the school put an end to the mule riding because the mules' braying was too loud. During World War II, children watched newsreels in Willing Park, what is now Daggett Middle School. The house on 1021 Elizabeth Boulevard has a ballroom in the basement floored with wood. During World War I, soldiers from Camp Bowie were entertained in this basement. The floor plan of this home is a scaled-down floor plan from Thistle Hill. It is believed that 2 businessmen in Ryan Place committed suicide due to the devastation of the Great Depression. One man slashed his wrists and was found in the bathtub, and the other hung himself in an elevator shaft. It is believed that at least 3 homes in Ryan Place have an elevator shaft. Welcome to 1315 Elizabeth Boulevard. Wiley G. Clarkson was the architect of this home. The original owners were Jewel and Eva Smith. Mr. Smith owned the Smith Brothers Grain Company that was later named the Fort Worth Elevator Company. The house is the second largest on the street with over 10,000 square feet. All of the crown moldings in this home are original to the house. The solarium floor is Italian tile. The last Smith descendant to live in the house was Florence, and she painted everything in the library pink. The chandelier in the dining room is French and was originally owned by Cullen Davis. The dinnerware in the china cabinet is a pattern that was popular in England during World War II. The tile floor in the powder room is original. The sitting room was originally an informal family dining room. The glass front cabinets and the lower cabinets in the butler's pantry are original. There was an ice door where ice was delivered and placed into an ice box. The kitchen flooring is edge grain pine and is not manufactured any longer. The gallery is 60 by 10 feet long. There are 6 bedrooms and 4 bathrooms on the second floor. The ballroom attic was the place that teenagers held dance parties in the 20s and 30s. The carriage house is where they used to store coaches and carriages, and that is also where the hired help stayed. Welcome to 2516 Ryan Place Drive. The architect of this home was also Wiley G. Clarkson. The original owners were Mr. and Mrs. Holmes and their son Woodrow Holmes. Mr. Holmes was an oil man and did business with Mr. Delaney, another Ryan Place resident. All of the crown molding in this home is also original. Just like 1315 Elizabeth Boulevard, this home has Italian tile. Someone has worn the swastikas off the tile. The downstairs fireplace is unique because of the faces. Welcome to 1112 Elizabeth Boulevard. This 2-story brick and shingle house was the first home built in Ryan Place. The original owners were Mr. and Mrs. Whitford Fry. Mr. Fry was a merchandise broker. He wanted a simpler-looking home. Therefore, the house doesn't have any elaborate-looking crown molding. The house is boxy and is the tallest home in the area. The present-day homeowners claim you can see both Fort Worth and Dallas from the roof on a clear day. The present-day homeowner met with the original homeowner's daughter. She was about 6 months old when her family moved into the house in 1911. She can remember roller skating on the hardwood floors on the second story of the house. Originally, the bedrooms on the second floor all had adjoining doors. This was believed to replicate Thistle Hill. Outside the home near the sidewalk you will find a hitching post. These were used to hitch up horses when they were not in use. A special thank you to Mary Ann Tasha, John Shipley, Lynn Parham, and Linda Hill, all Ryan Place residents. Thank you also to Brenda McClurklin at the UTA Special Collections Library, and of course the late Neil Daniel, the inspiration for this piece.